Let me tell you something that might surprise you. For most of my life, I did what everyone else did. I turned on the shower, waited for the water to get nice and warm, then stepped in and let it wash over me. It was comforting, familiar, and exactly what I thought a shower was supposed to be. But then, something changed. I stumbled upon an idea that sounded ridiculous at first. Cold showers. Not just once in a while. Every single day. At my age, why on earth would I put myself through that kind of discomfort? That is exactly what I thought. But curiosity got the best of me, and I decided to give it a try. What happened next changed my life in ways I never expected. The first time was awful. I am not going to lie to you. The moment that cold water hit my skin, every instinct in my body screamed at me to turn it off. My breath got short. My muscles tensed. I felt like I had made a huge mistake. But something told me to push through. To just stay under for a few more seconds. Then a few more. And suddenly, something happened. My body adjusted. My breathing slowed. And when I stepped out of that shower, I felt something I had not felt in years. Energy. A sense of clarity. A feeling like I had just woken up after the best sleep of my life. That was just the beginning. As the days went on and I kept at it, I started to notice changes that I never expected. The first thing I realized was how much better I felt in the mornings. You see, when you get older, waking up is not what it used to be. The body feels stiff. The mind feels sluggish. It takes time to get going. But after a cold shower, I was alert. My joints felt looser. My mind felt clearer. It was like I had been given a reset button that I never knew existed. Then came something even more shocking. My aches and pains, the ones I had just accepted as part of getting older, started to fade. It turns out that cold water does something incredible to the body. It reduces inflammation. That stiffness in my knees, that soreness in my back, they were not as bad anymore. I was moving easier. I was standing taller. And for the first time in years, I felt like my body was working with me instead of against me. But here is where it really hit me. My mood changed. I have had my fair share of days where I felt low. It happens to all of us. When you get older, life slows down. The world moves on, and sometimes it feels like you are just watching from the sidelines. But after starting cold showers, something shifted. I felt a new kind of strength inside me. It was not just about feeling awake. It was about feeling alive. Like I had taken control of something. Like I was proving to myself every morning that I was still strong. Still capable. Still here. There is something powerful about choosing discomfort. Most people avoid it. We look for warmth, softness, and ease. But when you deliberately step into something difficult, even for just a minute, you build something inside you that cannot be broken. Resilience. And that, my friend, is something no number of years can take away from you. Now, I know what you might be thinking. This all sounds great, but is it safe? What if I have heart issues? What if my body cannot handle the shock? I had the same concerns. The truth is, you do not have to go from hot showers to ice-cold water in one day. You start slow. Maybe you finish your regular shower with just 10 seconds of cold water. Then the next day, you try 15. You let your body get used to it. And before you know it, what once felt unbearable starts to feel refreshing. Even enjoyable. I will be honest with you. I wish I had known about this sooner. I spent too many years thinking that slowing down was just part of aging. That feeling tired was normal. That aches and pains were just things I had to live with. But I was wrong. There are things we can do to keep ourselves strong. To keep ourselves feeling sharp. And this is one of the simplest, most powerful things I have ever done for myself. Now, every morning, I step into that shower and turn the handle all the way to cold. The water hits me, and for a moment, my breath catches. But then I smile. Because I know what is coming. The energy. The clarity. The feeling of proving to myself, once again, that I am not done yet. And let me tell you something. Neither are you. Can cold showers reduce common aches and pains that come with aging? Let me tell you something that took me far too long to figure out. For years, I woke up with stiff joints, aching knees, and a back that felt like it had carried the weight of the world. I thought it was just part of getting older. That once you reach a certain age, pain becomes your constant companion. I tried everything. Heating pads, stretching, even those fancy creams that promise relief but never seem to do much. Then, I discovered something unexpected. Something I never would have considered in my younger years. Cold showers. Now, before you shake your head and say that sounds miserable, hear me out. I was just as skeptical as you might be right now. The idea of stepping into cold water on purpose seemed ridiculous. Why would I trade the comfort of warm water for something that shocks the system? But the first time I tried it, I realized something. That shock woke me up in a way I had not felt in years. My breathing changed. My body tensed at first, then relaxed. And when I stepped out, I felt different. Not just awake, but lighter. Like the aches that had settled into my body were starting to loosen their grip. As I kept at it, something even more surprising happened. The stiffness in my knees, the pain in my lower back, the soreness in my shoulders. They all started to fade. Not overnight. Not instantly. But little by little, I noticed a change. And the reason is simple. Cold water does something incredible to the body. It reduces inflammation. It forces the blood to move, to circulate better, to bring fresh oxygen to the muscles and joints. Instead of letting pain sit there and settle in, cold water pushes it out. It reminds the body to work the way it is supposed to. I used to wake up dreading those first few steps out of bed, knowing my joints would protest. Now, after months of cold showers, my mornings are different. My knees do not ache the way they used to. My back does not feel like it needs an hour to loosen up. And the best part? This is not some expensive treatment. It is not a pill with side effects. It is water. Something we have access to every single day. Of course, I know what you are thinking. Is it safe? Is it too much of a shock for someone older? That is exactly what I wondered too. But here is the thing. You do not have to jump into ice-cold water on the first day. You start slow. Maybe you end your usual warm shower with just 10 seconds of cold. Then the next day, you try 15. You let your body adjust. And before you know it, what once felt unbearable starts to feel refreshing. Even enjoyable. The biggest lesson I have learned from all this is that the body does not have to give up just because the years add up. We still have the power to change, to heal, to strengthen ourselves in ways we never imagined. Pain does not have to control our days. It does not have to dictate how we move or how we feel. Cold showers are not just about reducing pain. They are about taking back control. About proving to ourselves that we are not as fragile as we might think. Every morning, I step into that cold water with a deep breath. The first few seconds still take me by surprise. But then I smile. Because I know what is coming. Relief. Strength. A reminder that I am still here, still capable, still in charge of my own body. And let me tell you something. So are you. How do cold showers improve circulation, and why is that important for seniors? Now, I know what you are thinking. Cold water? That sounds like torture. That is exactly what I thought too. But then I tried it. And what I felt was nothing short of incredible. The moment that cold water hit my skin, my entire body woke up. My heart started pumping. My breath deepened. My skin tingled. I could feel my blood moving, surging through me like a river that had been frozen for too long. And that is the key. Cold showers force your blood vessels to work. When the cold hits, your body reacts by tightening the blood vessels near your skin to keep your core warm. Then when you step out and start warming up again, those blood vessels expand, sending fresh, oxygen-rich blood throughout your entire body. It is like a workout for your circulation. For someone young, that might not seem like a big deal. But for us seniors, it is life-changing. Poor circulation can lead to numbness, slow healing, swelling in the legs, even serious issues like heart problems. But when your blood is flowing properly, your body functions the way it was meant to. Your muscles get the oxygen they need. Your brain stays sharp. Your heart does not have to work overtime just to keep you going. And let me tell you something else. Good circulation means warmth. I used to sit with blankets wrapped around me, no matter the season. My hands always felt like ice. But after weeks of cold showers, something strange happened. I stopped needing those extra layers. My body started regulating itself better. I felt warm from the inside out, not just when I was under a pile of blankets. It is not just about warmth, though. It is about energy. When your blood is moving the way it should, you feel it. You wake up alert. You stand up without that dizzy feeling. Your legs feel lighter, stronger, ready to move. I used to take my time getting up in the mornings, my body feeling sluggish and slow. Now, after a cold shower, I step out of that bathroom feeling alive. Like I have been reset. Like I am ready to take on the day. I know change is not always easy. And I know the idea of stepping into cold water sounds like something only a young fool would do. But let me tell you, this is one of the best things I have done for myself. And you do not have to go all in right away. Start small. End your shower with a few seconds of cold water. Let your body adjust. And little by little, you will start to feel the difference. Can cold showers boost mood and help fight feelings of loneliness or depression in seniors? There was a time when I struggled with the long days that seemed to stretch endlessly. It is easy for loneliness to creep in when life slows down. When the world outside moves on without you. And when the house that was once filled with voices now echoes with silence. I would wake up feeling sluggish, unmotivated. And even when the sun shone brightly outside my window, there was a heavy fog that lingered in my mind. I tried all sorts of things to shake it off. Long walks, books, even a hobby or two. But nothing quite jolted me awake like the first time I stepped into an ice-cold shower on a whim. It was an accident, really. The water heater had given out. And rather than wait for it to be fixed, I braced myself and stepped in. The first few seconds were pure shock. My breath caught in my chest. My skin tightened. And my heart pounded as if I had just run up a hill. But then something strange happened. I felt awake. Truly awake. As if my body had been shaken back to life after years of moving sluggishly through the motions. The heaviness in my chest lifted. And by the time I stepped out, I felt lighter. Sharper. Almost as if I had been handed back a piece of my youth. That day, I decided to test a theory. If one cold shower could do that much, what would happen if I made it a habit? So I did. Every morning. No excuses. And what I found was nothing short of remarkable. It was not just a matter of feeling refreshed. It was deeper than that. My mood shifted. The fog in my mind cleared. And the loneliness that had once felt like an unbearable weight suddenly became something I could handle. It did not go away completely. Of course, nothing in life is that simple. But it lost its power over me. Because every time I felt myself slipping into that dark place, I knew I had a weapon against it. The science behind it, as I later learned, made perfect sense. Cold showers trigger the body's natural stress response in a way that actually benefits us. When that icy water hits the skin, the nervous system wakes up. Blood rushes to the organs. And the brain releases a flood of endorphins. Those are the same chemicals responsible for that rush of joy after a hearty laugh or a brisk walk in the fresh air. And let me tell you, when you have spent enough time battling feelings of sadness or isolation, you take those moments of joy wherever you can find them. It also toughens the mind. At my age, it is easy to fall into the trap of comfort. To avoid anything that feels too difficult or too shocking. But I have learned that facing discomfort head-on builds a resilience that carries into every part of life. Each time I step into that cold water, I prove to myself that I can handle the unexpected. That I can still challenge myself. And that I am not as fragile as the world sometimes assumes older folks to be. Some might say it is just water. That it cannot possibly have that much of an effect on the soul. But I would challenge anyone who doubts it to try it for themselves. Not just once. But every day. Consistently. And then see if they do not feel a shift. A clarity. A sense of being alive in a way they might have forgotten was possible. Because in my experience, cold showers do not just wash away dirt. They wash away doubt. They wash away hesitation. And most of all, they wash away the dreadful feeling of being stuck in a life that no longer excites you. Is there any risk for seniors when transitioning to cold showers? And how can it be done safely? The first thing an old-timer like me must consider is the heart. The cold can be a jolt. If the heart is not strong, the sudden change in temperature can cause it to race, and that is not something to take lightly. Anyone with heart conditions should have a word with their doctor before stepping under an icy stream. It is not about fear. It is about wisdom. The body's response to cold is immediate. Blood vessels tighten, pressure rises, and if you are not used to it, dizziness can follow. I have seen folks try to go straight from warm showers to a freezing one, and let me tell you, that is a mistake. The body needs a bridge, a gentle way to adjust, and patience is the key. Start with lukewarm water, then ease into the cooler side. Give it a week or two. Lower the temperature little by little until it is refreshing but not shocking. Breathe deeply. Let the body adjust. I remember the first time I tried it. I turned the handle just a little too fast, and the cold hit me like a slap. My breath caught in my chest, and for a second, I thought I had made a terrible mistake. But then I exhaled, slowly, deeply, and something changed. A sense of energy, of clarity, rushed through me. That was when I understood that cold water is not just about toughness. It is about control. About learning to stay calm when the body wants to panic. That, my friend, is a lesson worth learning at any age. Another thing to consider is balance. As we age, stability is not what it used to be. A slippery surface, combined with an unexpected chill, can lead to falls, and that is a risk no one should take lightly. A good rubber mat and a sturdy handle in the shower can make all the difference. Some folks I know prefer to start with a simple trick, splashing their face and arms with cold water before stepping in. It signals the body, lets it know what is coming. A little preparation can go a long way. Now, let me tell you why it is worth it. I have spent years waking up feeling sluggish, my joints stiff, my energy low. But ever since I made cold showers a part of my routine, things have changed. The cold wakes up something deep inside, shakes off the rust, and leaves a person feeling alive. It gets the blood flowing, clears the mind, and even the aches and pains seem to fade, if only for a while. There is something about stepping out of that shower, skin tingling, breath steady, that makes a man feel years younger. It is not just physical, either. There is a mental strength that comes with it. To stand under that cold stream, to resist the urge to jump away, to breathe through the discomfort, this builds something inside a person. I have always believed that resilience is not something you are born with. It is something you cultivate. Cold showers teach that lesson every day. There is one more thing to keep in mind. The body adapts, but it needs time. If you try it once and find it unbearable, do not give up. Adjust. Find the right temperature, the right method, and work with it. Some people swear by alternating between hot and cold. They say it helps circulation, wakes up the muscles, and makes the transition easier. I have tried it myself, and I have to say, it works wonders. Of course, not everyone will take to it the same way. Some will love it. Others will find it too much. That is fine. The point is not to suffer. It is to embrace something new in a way that benefits, not harms. The goal is to feel better, to move better, to live better. If cold showers can help, then why not give them a try? But do it smart. Do it safe. Take your time. And if it is not for you, well, there are plenty of other ways to keep the fire of life burning strong. What is the best way for seniors to start incorporating cold showers into their routine without shock or discomfort? The trick, my friend, is to start slow. There is no need to shock your body with an immediate plunge into freezing water. That is not the way of the wise. Instead, begin with your usual warm shower, letting the heat comfort you as it always has. Then, when you are near the end, turn the temperature down just a little. Just enough to feel a difference, but not so much that your body recoils in shock. Let the coolness wash over you for a few seconds, then turn the warmth back up. Do this every day, and you will begin to notice something remarkable. Your body will adjust. The water that once felt unbearable will become simply refreshing. Patience is key. Too many people give up because they expect immediate results, or worse, they try to do too much too soon. I have seen strong men and women jump into an ice-cold shower only to leap out cursing and shivering. That is not the way. The body, much like the mind, needs time to adapt. Each day, lower the temperature just a little more. Extend the time you stand under the cool water by just a few breaths. Eventually, you will find yourself standing there, under the cold flow, feeling not discomfort but invigoration. Breathing is another secret weapon. When that cool water first touches your skin, your instinct will be to tense up and gasp. That is natural. But instead of fighting it, embrace it. Take slow, deep breaths. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Let the air fill your lungs and steady your nerves. Focus on the rhythm, not the cold. The more you control your breathing, the more you control your reaction to the temperature. What once felt unbearable becomes manageable. Then before you know it, it becomes enjoyable. I remember the first time I made it to a full cold shower. It was not some grand, dramatic moment. It was a simple realization. I had stepped in, turned the knob to cold, and stood there, breathing deeply, feeling the water run over me. And I was fine. More than fine. I felt awake. Alive. My skin tingled, my senses sharpened, and my mind felt clearer than it had in years. That feeling stayed with me long after I had dried off. My energy levels were higher. My mood was lighter. I slept better that night. And every night after. Some people might say that at our age, comfort should be the goal. That we have earned the right to avoid such things as cold showers. But I say that comfort is not always the best thing for us. Growth, even in our later years, is what keeps us truly alive. The cold water does more than just wake you up. It strengthens you. It teaches resilience. It reminds you that you are still capable of adapting, of learning, of pushing beyond your limits. And let me tell you something else. It is not just about the body. The mind benefits just as much. There is something about willingly stepping into discomfort, about embracing it rather than running from it, that builds a deep sense of confidence. If I can do this, what else am I capable of? That thought alone can transform a day, a week, a life. Of course, listen to your body. If you have health conditions, consult your doctor before making any drastic changes. But do not let fear be the thing that holds you back. Approach it with curiosity rather than hesitation. Treat it as an experiment, a challenge, even a game. One day, you might find yourself looking forward to that rush of cold. It will no longer be a dreaded moment, but a cherished ritual. And when you step out, towel in hand, feeling strong and refreshed, you will know that you have not just endured the cold. You have mastered it. And in doing so, you have proven something to yourself. That you are still capable of change. Still capable of growth. Still very much alive. If you liked today's discussion, don't forget to like the video, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, hit the subscribe button and the bell icon to stay updated with every video we release. And yes, don't forget to share your experiences and thoughts in the comments. Every comment is special to us. Your feedback helps us improve further. We'll continue to meet you in every new video on this channel, so until next time, take care.